I stand before you today with one unmistakable message about Operation Epic Fury. America is winning. This was never meant to be a fair fight. The Iranian Air Force is no more, built for 1996, destroyed in 2026. The Iranian Navy rests at the bottom of the Persian Gulf. 4 days in, we have only just begun to fight.
Hi, I'm Admiral Brad Cooper, Commander of U.S. Central Command, here with my 5th update on Operation Epic Fury. We're in the 4th week of the campaign and remain on plan or ahead of plan in achieving very clear military objectives for eliminating Iran's ability to project power in meaningful ways outside its borders. U.S. forces have struck more than 10,000 military targets. In fact, we hit the 10,000th Iranian target just hours ago. And if you combine what we've accomplished with the success of our Israeli ally, together we have struck thousands more, clearly demonstrating that we're stronger together. Our precision strikes have overwhelmed Iranian air defenses, and our combat flights over Iran are having tangible effects. Here are a few examples. For decades, Iranian warships have roamed regional waters, threatening and harassing global shipping. But those days are over because we've now destroyed 92% of the Iranian Navy's largest vessels. They are not sailing, and my operational assessment is that they've now lost the ability to meaningfully project naval power and influence around the region and around the world. As we've highlighted previously, Iran's drone and missile launch rates are down by more than 90%, meaning their ability to attack American forces and regional neighbors is drastically reduced. And not only have we significantly degraded Iran's naval, drone, and missile capabilities, we've also removed the regime's ability to rebuild them. Before Operation Epic Fury, Iran had large-scale manufacturing capacities to not only build naval vessels, missiles, and attack drones, but also to advance and proliferate these technologies to regional and global bad actors. Today, we've damaged or destroyed over 2/3 of Iran's missile, drone, and naval production facilities and shipyards, and we're not done yet. We are on a path to completely eliminate Iran's wider military manufacturing apparatus, which is why my operational assessment continues to be Iran's combat capability is declining as U.S. combat capability continues to increase. U.S. forces maintain air superiority over Iran's skies, having now flown over 10,000 combat flights. As I mentioned in my last update, refueling tankers are extending our reach, and fighters and bombers are delivering precise strikes against our primary objectives. Let me highlight our B-52 bomber force, which is executing a high volume of strikes into Iran and demonstrating our unmatched dominance in the air. Now in their 8th decade of flight, our B-52 bombers are executing strikes into Iran with up to 70,000 pounds of munitions on each mission. Our B-52 pilots and aircrew embody the courage and resilience of the more than 50,000 American sons and daughters serving in uniform during this operation. There is no adversary too determined, no mission too difficult, and no task too great for our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Guardians, and Coast Guardsmen. I just could not be prouder of our troops, and I know the American people share that same pride. Thanks so much. Godspeed.
The escalation from February 28th was just the beginning. The 11,000 targets already destroyed from the air were just the setup. Now the heavy hitters are on site. The Great Reckoning is moving from the sky to the soil. If you think the air strikes were devastating, you aren't ready for what happens when these boots hit the sand. Breaking news from the Persian Gulf. On the decks of the USS Tripoli, the air is thick with the scent of gunpowder. 3,500 Marines of the 31st MEU have transitioned to maximum combat readiness. Official footage shows intensive live-fire drills, specifically simulating the seizure of Iranian coastal fortifications. This is no longer a patrol. The Tripoli strike group is steaming full speed toward the Iranian coast, preparing to spearhead a massive ground assault. The countdown for Tehran has officially begun. Look at the steel. Attack helicopters are being prepped for long-range strikes. Hellfire missiles are locked. Rocket pods are loaded. While the infantry perfects their kill shots on the deck, the air wing is ready to pave a path of fire. They're training for a ground breach that the world hasn't seen in decades. Armed to the teeth, elite, relentless. As the Tripoli cuts through the dark waters toward the Iranian coast, the deck has turned into a lethal firing range. This isn't just practice, it's a message. Every bullet hitting the target is a simulation of the storm that's about to break over Tehran's defenses. Listen to that sound. It's the breath of a war machine waking up. In the heart of the Persian Gulf, the quiet is officially over. 3,500 Marines of the 31st MEU are no longer waiting for orders. They are the order. The wait is over. 3,500 elite Marines stand in perfect formation, a wall of steel ready to break. This isn't a drill anymore. It's the mobilization the world has been fearing since February 28th. One by one, they board the massive amphibious assault ships, floating fortresses built for one purpose: total coastal dominance. These aren't just ships. They are tanks on the water, heavily armored, and ready to crush anything in their path. The engines roar to life. The Iron Tide is now moving across the Persian Gulf, heading straight for the Iranian coast. The ground phase of the Great Reckoning has officially transitioned from planning to execution. The spear is in the air. Deck is screaming. The four-rotor engines of the Osprey are roaring to life, tilting toward the horizon. This isn't just air support. This is the shadow that will cover the Iranian coast before the first boot hits the sand. Steelbirds are tearing through the sky. One by one, the stealth fighters and attack choppers are launching into the heat of the Persian Gulf. Their mission: to clear a path of fire for the 3,500 Marines below. The air is no longer empty. It's a weapon. The air wing is locked. The ground force is moving. And as the sun sets over the Strait of Hormuz, the largest invasion of 2026 is officially crossing the point of no return. You've seen the strikes. You've seen the fleet. But you haven't seen the end. The first wave is hitting the shore, and Tehran is about to wake up to a different world. Subscribe. The footage you've been waiting for drops tomorrow. Don't blink.